Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Guess what today is? Christmas in July. Christmas in July. Yay! Today we're going to talk about the Norfolk Island Pine. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the Norfolk Island Pine because I bought one. Now, I already had one. I had this guy for about a year and a half. Christmas time will be 2 years. My friend Kathy got this for me. It's actually my brother's wife's mom. She's awesome. And she knows how much I love houseplants. And so she got me this little Norfolk Island Pine, and you can get these around Christmas time as soon as winter comes in the grocery stores, in Lowe's, in plant nurseries if they're still open in the winter. And they're a wonderful, wonderful houseplant to have. They're really neat looking. There's something so different. Now, when the foliage grows in down here, it's so soft. It's not like a porcupine. Porcupine. Sometimes they spray them with glitter. I don't know how good that is for the plants. It didn't seem to bother this guy too much. And then they added these little Christmas balls. And Joe was like, hey, it's not Christmas. Take the balls off. But I think it just adds something extra, you know. I'm not a huge fan of plastic plants, fake plants. But if you add something to an already existing plant, I mean, it just jazzes it up a little. The plant itself is beautiful. I think it accents it without taking away from it. And I added this one into a nice little green pot. It's still holding up pretty good. This is one of those pots from Michael's that I swear aren't really meant to be used that long because they usually shed. Oh yeah, this one a little bit, the outside starts to fall apart. But for the most part, it's still doing well. The funny part is, so I bought one today that's bigger. It's a forest. I'm in a forest. So this one here, ooh, look how much bigger. So I bought it in this little pot, and the lady said, oh, you're going to want to pot it up when you get home. Look at the size of the pot. Little. Maybe a 4-inch pot. And I'm going to pot it up to the same size that this little guy's in, but look at the difference. Look at the difference. Now, this guy was in a nursery, but inside a, what is that called? The greenhouse. Oh my goodness. It was so hot inside that greenhouse today. It's 90 degrees outside right now. Here in Pennsylvania. It's usually supposed to be cooler here. It's not. It's very, very hot. Look at just the pure difference in it. Now, these can grow in nature, out in the tropics. Now, it's a pine, but it's not going to, you can't plant this outside here in Pennsylvania, kids. This is like a zone 10 kind of plant. But all day long, you can put it out in the summertime. You know, transition it for full to part sun. Be careful, because you could burn them. Don't burn your babies. Look at that. Oh, I can't get enough of it. But the funny part to me is how different. So she said definitely pot it up, which it's so top heavy. It's a tree coming out of this little baby pot. But look at the size difference in the thing. So I'm actually lucky enough that I had a red pot sitting around. And I say lucky for the red because then I'll have one in a red and one in a green. La la, Christmas in July. Christmas in July. I know you guys are excited about Christmas in July. Granted, it's July 30th. And it's almost over. But that's okay. I love summer. Don't get me wrong. All day long. No, pine tree, no. All day long. I love summer, ice cream, pool parties, the beach, the ocean, seashells, all of that stuff, all day long. However, the only thing that soothes me into winter is knowing that Christmas is coming. And Joe and I are both huge Christmas people. I mean, like, this year, we did end up selling our big fish tanks, so we're going to have 2 Christmas trees. We saved that spot for the extra Christmas tree. So exciting. But back to the Norfolk Island Pine. So beautiful. New growth comes in. Now, if you get one of these, a lot of times as a gift, the little guys come with 2, and that's fine. This one has 3. And that's, woo! He can't stand on his own. That's fine all day long as they're little guys. But once they start to grow, they're going to actually need the space. Is there glue on there? That's weird. Ugh, my hair's getting in my mouth. What I have been reading is, so eventually the little ones will have to be separated. Some people get them and they separate them right away. They say, oh no, there's 3 trees and they're separated. But I really like the bushier effect. I like the fluffiness, and let's not get this wrong. I mean, if I can put multiple plants in a pot, that saves me. And then the husband doesn't think it's that many plants. All right, so the 2 other ones are obvious, little tiny baby ones. The main one in the middle is the top grower. And what I wanted to let you guys know is, look at this one got bent because of it's next to my window. That's not a droopy sad. It's because I have it in the kitchen window. I have to move him because he's getting squished there. But if you cut this plant, don't cut it. If you cut it, it won't grow there anymore. If you decide, this is too long, let me cut this, it won't grow there anymore. It won't regenerate in that spot. It's always going to just keep growing out from the top. But right now it's growing out from the top and the sides. If you cut it on one of the branches, it won't grow back there anymore. So let's get to it. Let's pot this guy up while we can and see how it goes. Now, the video I just watched said these guys usually have really weak root system, but obviously this one's so big, it's bigger than the one I've had, and mine I've had for a year and a half. So this root system is extensive. It's been getting watered good. So I'm going to try and break it up and get it in there, put some fresh soil in there, and then it can grow good. It's falling apart in my hands. But usually they have really weak little system. Most pine trees do. Have you ever noticed that in a storm? That when pine trees fall over, the part that pops out of the ground, there's not much to it. They just don't have a good wide spread. Obviously this one's in a pot. He can't help himself, but his little roots did pretty good. Okay, so here's a comparison of the 2 side by side. Now that I've got it all potted up, I just got to water it. Looks like I should probably water the other one too. It looks a little sad, but I think that's just because it was pinned up against the window like that. Whew, it really is dark. Big trucks driving by. But this is the new kid. I really like them. I like the Norfolk Island Pine. I think it's cool. I'm excited it had good roots, so probably it'll be a good little tree. It's going to grow well. And you better believe around Christmas time, I will be decorating it. But the branches, they're weak. They're not strong branches. So like these guys are the really light little balls. I mean, they feel like nothing. And they don't even have the metal on them. They actually put them on with like a little twist tie. I can't really see it. One of those like pipe cleaner little green things. Oh man, so cute. I just like the texture of it and that they're a little different. I'm hoping this one now. See, I thought this one was doing so well, and now compared to the other one, I feel like it's not. But it is. It's got new growth. It's getting there. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. You know why? You know why it's really Christmas in July? Wait till I show you what I really found at Lowe's the other day. Yep, there she is. I found it. I found Cebu Blue. Merry Christmas to me. Merry Christmas. Guys, Cebu Blue. Who's excited? Raise your hand if you're excited. I've been looking and looking and looking, and the funniest part is that this actually just didn't even have a name on it. It said, Houseplant. It just said, hi, my name is Houseplant. And I said, hi, your name is coming to my house. Oh, there's a couple spots on that one. Look at how long the leaves are. And then, of course, I dragged it right home, and I was like, you are mine. Yeah, I got more than one. I couldn't help myself. Yeah, so I'm reading online. As beautiful and gorgeous as it is right now, I love it in a hanging basket. guess what? If you give it a moss pole to grow up on, these bad boys get bigger leaves and then they split like a Monstera deliciosa. Can you imagine? Can you even imagine? Who is excited? Who is excited? Cebu Blue, guys. There's a couple of pieces hanging off, so I'm totally going to clip some stuff off and start propagating today. Christmas in July. Christmas in July. Woo, woo. Christmas in July. I'm inspired by it. I don't know what it is. I love it. I love it. Look at the baby. New leaves are shiny. Then a little bit shiny as they get older. And then they turn to their classic silvery gray blue. That's cool, right? You know it is. You know it is. I'm so excited. That just made my day yesterday. Made my whole stinking day. Excuse me, sir. Is it hot outside? Yeah, it's so hot. My dog is a rug. So that's all I got for today. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm so excited about my Cebu Blue. Lots of videos to come on that one. I'm going to go shopping and look for the perfect pot for her. I think I'm going to name her Wanda. I like the name. I can't help myself. So I've got to look around. I think I saw some at Target, but they were so expensive. But here I'm thinking maybe she deserves it. She deserves fancy things in her life. So I'm probably going to go to Target maybe later or tomorrow and check those out. I don't know if I get to have adventure and go over to some of the places around here right now. I don't know what time it is. It doesn't say. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Norfolk Island Pine. I hope you decide once Christmas comes around to pick one up. They're easy care plants. They're more of a tropical guy, so don't leave them out too long into the fall. Once it starts hitting in the 60s down to like 50 something, keep an eye on it, bring it inside, because they're not really meant for that kind of weather. Keep their soil, not wet. Obviously, we always say that. Don't overwater your plants. But this one does not want to dry out too much in between. I let mine dry out on the top and then I water it. If you wait too long and it starts to droop, it might be too late. But other than that, seems like a pretty easy care plant. I've had mine for 1.5 years and haven't really fussed with it. So now that I'm in love again, I'm going to fuss with it and it'll probably die. That's how it goes. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed everything. I keep blabbing on. That's what we do. And I'll see you next time.